How is it going, everyone? JatylJarma here. A few days ago, the trailer dropped for the brand new Pokemon games for the Nintendo Switch, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I've had some time to watch the trailer over and over and over, and I'm ready to talk to you guys about my thoughts on the new games. Alright now, before we get started, keep in mind that everything I'm about to say is my opinion. My opinions are likely to be a little different from your opinions. Some people really liked the trailer, some people really didn't like the trailer. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. So come into this with an open mind, enjoy yourself, and without further ado, let's jump in. Alright, starting off, from a purely aesthetic standpoint, the game looks fantastic. If Game Freak's intent with this game was to give us a Kanto remaster in beautifully rendered 3D, then they definitely succeeded. It looks really good. Most of the areas look pretty much the same as when we went through Kanto the first time, just in really nice 3D that brings the region to life. Just from the trailer, I'm really excited about Viridian Forest of all places. It just looks really nice in 3D with all that really bright, luscious green. So definitely 1 point for aesthetic. Moving on, let's go ahead and take a look what the system is for encountering and catching Pokemon in the game. I have a bit of mixed feelings on this, and I kind of feel like it's what most people's apprehension towards the games is coming from. When you watch the trailer, you see Pokemon in the wild. I mean, you can actually see them. They're right there in front of you, walking in the grass. Touching one initiates a battle. Well, not exactly. After you touch a Pokemon in the overworld, you'll have a chance to catch it in the same way as you would if you were playing Pokemon GO on your phone. You use the Joy-Con to throw balls at the Pokemon until it's caught. Just not like that. More of a this. Thinking about it, this feels a little awkward. This feels much better. I really like the idea of actually throwing a Pokeball to catch whatever Pokemon you've encountered. I think it adds a sense of immersion that's really important in the Pokemon games. Here's where it gets a little dicey for me. Although I really like the idea of being able to throw balls at a Pokemon, I do really wish that Game Freak would have incorporated what I consider to be the Go style and the classic style together. Maybe a system I think just feels a little more realistic. So the battle starts off like a classic style. You encounter a Pokemon. You battle with your own a little bit to whittle down its health, hit it with a status condition maybe, then after you've weakened it, you can make the choice to start throwing the balls in the Go style. Fortunately, that's not what Game Freak have done here. They've kind of just gone with the Go style of throw balls a lot until you catch the Pokemon. No skill involved, no catch rate, no real sense of earning the Pokemon that you found. It just seems kind of handed to you, and I don't really like that. Also, I'll tell you right now, I've never hooked up the straps to my Joy-Con, so this thing's going through my TV screen. Alright, next up, let's have a look at the battle system for Let's Go. That's right, I said battle system. In the new games, although there aren't battles against wild Pokemon, there are still trainer battles, and even double battles. Or 2v1 at least. The fact that this game is an integration of Pokemon Go but still has a battle system like that of the classic games kind of has people raising their eyebrows a little bit, myself included. There are a lot of questions that need to be asked about this. How will grinding work if you run out of trainers in the overworld? How do Pokemon's moves work if they have 4 slots in the Pokemon games but only 2 in Pokemon Go? How do battles even help your Pokemon grow at all if the level up system is based on CP instead of experience? Hopefully they'll be answered in time. All we can really do is wait. Now in the trailer we were also shown a new accessory that was talked about in leaks a few weeks ago. This Pokeball thing. It's like a Pokeball, but it's like a Joy-Con, but you can like take your Pokemon around with you in it. It kind of does a lot of things. This obviously isn't a real one. This is like a plastic Pokeball toy, roughly around what I imagine the size of this thing is going to be. First thoughts about it, this thing is extremely ill-suited for my hand. Like, seriously, this thing's going to give me fucking arthritis. Okay, seriously, but after that brief moment of negativity, I started to get really excited because people were talking so much about this new accessory. It's just a controller shaped like a Pokeball, which you use to throw balls at the Pokemon you're trying to catch in the game. It all comes back to that sense of immersion that I was talking about. It makes you feel like you're playing Pokemon in real life. You are in Pokemon. It's reminiscent of the Pokewalker that people had back in Generation 4, and people loved that thing to death because you could take your Pokemon wherever you were with you, have a gain experience while you walked around. I'm guessing that this will work similarly, but instead of experience, you'll gain maybe CP or Pokemon Candy, considering the fact that Pokemon appear to use CP in these games rather than experience. Also, the Pokemon interact with you and make sounds, and you can pet them, and I'm taking Eevee with me wherever I go. Something that's shown in the trailer but not really touched on is the ability to transfer your Pokemon from your Pokemon Go account on your mobile phone to the Pokemon Switch game in what is called the Go Park. There's likely some sort of reward for transferring your Pokemon over, like the ability ability to quickly grind for candies or raise a Pokemon CP level. I do think it's a bit of a reach to think that Pokemon from the Go account will be able to transfer to your team in Pokemon Let's Go. But I mean, honestly, if they did that, it would be so life-changing. You also apparently get a special reward for linking your games to the phone. Last bit of info here is just bells and whistles, really. Pokemon follow you again. Ride Pokemon make a return. You can play dress up with your starter Pokemon, and also a new never-before-seen Pokemon is supposed to be revealed in the games. I'm really gonna need to start playing Pokemon Go again, huh? Alright guys, just some final thoughts here. Game Freak and Nintendo have obviously put a lot of time and effort into these games. They're putting so much effort into the beauty, the appeal, the immersion that these games are gonna give you. So many people, even people who haven't picked up a real Pokemon game before, play Pokemon Go. It's a great way to bring in the Go players and get them invested in the series. People who haven't played a Pokemon game before and are looking for an entry point into the franchise. People who are loyal to the franchise and have been loyal to it for years. Kids and adults of all ages. This game is going to appeal to so many different people. Some people are upset that it's not a full-fleshed Pokemon RPG that we all heard about, but that's why Nintendo made sure to tell us about the game that they have coming in late 2019, to let us know that they will be giving 110% to make sure that they don't let their fans down, that they don't let us down. They would not have released these games as the first Pokemon games for the Nintendo Switch if they did not think they were going to be well received. Some people will swear off the games after just one trailer, but give Nintendo a chance. I'm gonna stay positive and support the franchise that has been with me for 20 plus years. Stay positive, Pokemon fans. Okay, real talk, that whole ball throwing bit took me like a half hour. A Pokeball to catch. I'm hitting my microphone every time I throw this ball. I like the I think immersion to the games, which is, I think it kind of, god damn it. I like the idea of actually, I like the idea of actually throwing a fuck. It's got such a weird center of gravity. Use the Joy-Con to throw a ball. You use the Joy-Con to throw. That didn't work. I'm gonna break this thing. You use the balls. No, throw Pokeballs at the Pokemon until it's caught. That's backwards. You use the. That would have been perfect. God damn it! If Game Freak's intent. Give me this. If Game Freak's, dude, it's not that hard of a tongue twister. I need a sip.